Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're playing in Map Battle League Season 3 in Division 5. We are facing against Geog'Joe, and we have two seeds. We have the Soviet Union seed in Moving, and we have a United Kingdom speedrun that I already played, so I'm just gonna show you the footage and talk over it. This week I didn't have a lot of time to practice. I had very limited time, so every 3 minutes I did play intersection guess in UK. And usually the longer I play, the more confident I get that like I actually can like 5k something, speedrun something, that I'm getting better at it. The longer I played UK, it like took life out of me. Like I actually lost the will to live, because I would play seed and like have 1 5k in it, and sometimes like 0 5k in it. If I don't see like an A, like 2 or 3 numbers A road, I not gonna get it. But here, thankfully, very shortly after the spawn, we did have a road number, which was 74. And it did point to Glasgow, because I originally thought we were in Glasgow, but as it did point to Glasgow, it appears we are somewhat south of it. So I'm just trying to find a smaller A road, A724 and A763, and to find like what suburb or smaller city we're in. I do find 724, which we are close to fairly quickly, and at spawn we had and I moved into a black screen, which I love when that happens in moving, don't you? We had the road number at spawn. I only noticed that now, so tough. Yeah, I'm trying to find some city names, I think, and some street names. We do have Cambuslang Park, and this is where I was zoomed into. I think when moving, like I see Costa Coffee now, because that's what I pay attention to. Like I'm like Costa Coffee. Yeah, that was enough for me. I'm like, yep, I just saw it on the map. No, yes, I see it on the map now, and I'm like, yes, I'm probably somewhere there, and I do see the John Fairweather theater or movie theater, whatever that is. Eventually, yes. That took a lot of confirming. I probably could have get there faster. I wasn't sure what the pinpoint is, because we're like not really on an intersection. Like our pinpoint is a building, but we do get the 5k. I do see, like I knew that he played before me. I do see his 5k, so I'm like kind of concerned with that, but I was impressed with myself. Like considering how much the seats went in practice going to to this, I was happy that I got at least 1 5k, because I don't know, that was a very long week, and I was not ready to play the seat. I was trying to postpone it for like as long as possible, and I played it at like 1 hour before deadline, basically, and I didn't feel ready at all. Here we see a 3058 and some place names, and Ostel, Truro, Redruth, never heard of it, but I am scanning southern parts near the M3, near the A3s, for those place names. I do keep moving. We have New Quay Garden Center, I do see another sign. I'm like, okay, I need to get to it. For some reason, I said to scan in the middle of it. I played it like a few hours ago, so I already forgot everything that happened in this game. The black screens are kind of annoying, but yeah. But as I said, like I got 5K, and I was like, ooh, maybe I can do it. Yeah, I don't know. The speedrunning, like having 2 moving maps in a week is really hard, because I, like as I said, like this week very few time to practice, and when I had time I just was defeated by atmospheric pressure, so I didn't feel that well this week at all. And I practiced for UK, but I didn't practice for Soviet Union map that was my pick for the week. So yeah, I do realize at this point that the only info I will get is the small place and like the one road number, so I need to actually stop clicking around and just commit and scan for that. So here the pain begins of me looking at random roads and tiny places. Yeah, I do go back to the sign to like compare those, because my memory works like I saw a word, made 2 clicks and forgot it existed. So yeah, I think most of them scanning for St. Austell, maybe. Yeah, it's not the best, not the most ideal um, things to scan for if you don't know where they are. It's kind of painful to watch that, I'm gonna be honest. The UK has nice road numbering system that I kind of actually enjoy, but except when it's like B roads with 4 digits, like those are impossible to find in my opinion. So when I got assigned the speedrun of UK, I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be fine. I can do that maybe, like I can practice and be good at it. Nope. I got back to the intersection and I actually find a useful road number, like the one that's actually on the map. So yeah, A392 is much bigger, so I found it easier, and I traced it to, eventually I'll trace it to the western part of the country. Yep, I see A39 and 92. I see the new way, and I realize we're like somewhere there in between those places. So I'm just lining up and trying to find the the A3058. Now going back to spawn, and we had the road number as Drift something. Yeah, that one, Drift Free Lane. Lining that one up, realizing we're not on it, we're on the other road, and just checking the other name. It's Gear Drive, which is correct, and we're there. Hidden drop points, so I kinda lost hope. I was in panic because it doesn't tell you how long it takes a person to 5k, so I don't know if he's ahead of me in points because he's faster, or because he was closer on the both of those 5ks. I would assume that because he's faster, because that took me embarrassingly long time to find, but what are you gonna do? And with that we get into that round, and I was in a panic because I didn't know if he dropped points or not, and in speedrun, like, there is no real draw in points. Even if one person gets 25k and you get 24.999, the one with 25k wins, like, even if it's 1 point difference. I think that's the rule, at least. So if you have the same amount of points, then the time decides. But in order to get to that, you need to have more points. So I was kind of hoping that he would drop points and I would not, which is not a great strategy to, like, hope your opponent will lose. But yeah, I was like, I need to just, like, 5k everything. Even if it takes 10 minutes, we're 5k in everything, just, like. And this was another hard round because here we have a B row with 4 numbers, B1, 2, 2, 3, and some really, really tiny places. Scanning for B roads, do not recommend. Like, I understand that I probably shouldn't even try to, like, look at for those places at that zoom level because those are tiny places. I should have, like, fooled them. I don't know. But yeah, at this point I decided that I can't, like, it's gonna be impossible even in 8 minutes to find the phone number B road. So I should just keep moving until I find the bigger road and scan for that. For a second I did think of Northern Ireland, because, like, I was like, maybe that one, Brighton or whatever that was, sounded more Irish. So I'm going back to, like, look at those again. In hindsight, like, maybe Ryther does sound kind of, and Selby maybe sounds kind of not English. I don't know. Like, George Fenton, I don't think sounds Irish, but I was kind of desperate. And also, I know, like, some, yeah, I gave up on that direction, so now I'm moving to the, oh yeah, I saw a sign and it had the phone number on, but the sign kept disappearing, and I wanted to, like, confirm that that's not Northern Ireland. It's not Northern Ireland because it's 019 something. Yeah, I confirmed. So this is put me back on my English, to, like, England. I did also get back to the city to look at houses because I began thinking of Ireland and I was already forgot how houses looked like. So yeah, I'm zooming in from Northern Ireland, going back to, like, east-ish part of England, which was my region guess, and also, like, it has an A1 something roads and I had B1 something roads, so that, in my opinion, had to be, like, somewhere there. I did notice that I'm moving over the railroad, but I really dislike scanning for railroads on this map. Like, honestly, the only map is that's good for scanning for railroads is the topo map on ChatGuessr, but it loads kind of badly, so I really try to not, like, have something else to scan for other than railroads. And obviously there are many railroads in UK, so, like, even with those tiny place names, it would be impossible to to find. I'm going back to my favorite sign of this round, the only kind of helpful information that I had. And trying to scan for those. I do not like, the thing is like A1124 is kind of closest, but all the B roads around, all the B roads is like B10 and not B12, and like some of them were like B11, and that was weirding me out. And I probably should have realized that that's because it's the wrong region to scan in, but I was just like, maybe it's more south. Like here I do see, yeah, like also B10. Yeah, like I'm just zooming in random parts until I can see B road numbers. So basically I am counting on luck. I'm counting the fact that I will zoom in on the correct B road, which probably, spoiler, will not happen. I probably should have realized that A1 goes more north. Like I do see it on my screen, like going north, but I didn't. And like, yeah, like I also scanned in like A4 area. I don't know. This is A5. Like I'm fully aware that's A5, but I was like, I need to look somewhere. Uh, yeah, I gave up again on trying to find those places. And move in the other direction. And the other direction led back into town and back to the street I was already on with crossing the rail track. And yeah, I was kind of hoping to find some sort of highway. Yeah, that round is put my hopes of winning UK out of existence, and I'm kind of realizing it as I'm moving. I'm gonna skip a little bit of this video because I'm moving. I'm zooming, trying to reach any kind of highway. I do find like more signs basically to same place names. They also don't have any place names that I know or any useful road numbers. That, like where I clicked, for me works as region guess. I'm doing like one final desperate scan in attempt to find it. I saw Ryston and I was like, could that be the place name? Like I already forgot how the first one was spelled. Like I have a memory of a fish. Listen, like if I don't see something in my field of view, it doesn't exist. So I am undoing, like clicking that button 20 times to get back to my favorite sign, and I realized that that one's wrong. So that is also unlucky. Yeah. Not a correct area, and I'm running out of time. And it was way more north. It was closer to Leeds. And he 5k'd it. He has 15k, and I only got 329, so unwinnable. And even if he drops points, Probably not winnable. Yeah, this is just me coping, looking for road. Like, if I got to that intersection, maybe there is a sign to like a something, but even that, like, that's a white road, so I would have to find it. I don't know how I was meant to find it. Um, this one went a little bit better. From what I remember, we were urban again. I reached the dead end. My mouse sometimes does that, like, random jumping. I think it's because my battery dies or something. I don't know. So I just, like, my mouse jumped and I moved my map into Germany. I tried reading that sign, thinking it might have some place names, but sign disappeared when I moved. So I spent embarrassingly long time trying to read it, and it didn't really have anything useful in it. So that was a giant waste of time. I think this round I didn't even try to region guess. Like, after that one horrendous region guess that went wrong, I was like, yep, I'm not gonna think of anything. We do have some Ronda Scienta, and welcome to Curesa, which I have no idea where that is. I did try to. Oh, I brought my map back into UK because I realized we're looking at Germany. Here we have some um, signs to smaller places that I just refuse to look for. I was clicking around to, like, hopefully get signs to bigger places. Didn't really see anything useful on that sign. Because it was hilly, I zoomed into Scotland, and I did have a quick scan for the castle place name. But I gave up very quickly. Here is finally, we have an helpful road number. We have an A470, which made me realize it's more south than I thought it was, like way more south. So I'm finding 470, and it also points to Cardiff 18, and, like, I know where Cardiff is. And from there we just, like, I found that place name, and um I'm trying to figure out what city I'm in based on those place names. Didn't I have signed to Mountain Ash? Yeah, I found, like, I don't even know how to say this. Obersinen? I don't know. I probably shouldn't try to say British words like that. So yeah, that one is 3 kilometers to the south, and I'm just trying to understand how that works, because I didn't see the one that's, yeah. I was like, maybe I'm at this roundabout, which makes, sense because it's both of those roads. But that's not really a roundabout. I did spot another side, but it's basically same place names. But here it does say Mountain Ash Town Center. I did saw Mountain Ash on the map, and we have the Georgie pub or whatever, shop, something. I think it's a hotel, maybe. So I am looking in Mountain Ash, and I do see George in, and that looks correct with the intersection to our north. So that is the 5k, but because I dropped so many points, I'm still very, very behind. And I was kind of hoping he would drop points, so I needed to try hard another round. Because like I can't tell, you know, like it doesn't show his points how did he finish the seat. So this is another try harding round. I was moving north or moving south first at the beginning, but kind of reached nothing, like went from one suburb to another, and I decided I need to like go either downtown where there's big roads or like out of town. So that intersection looked much more promising. I did checkpoint that, went southeast. I was like, this is a big divided road, it has to have road numbers and the direction signs, like big direction signs. So I'm just gonna click through that until I see one, which I do see fairly quickly. I did zoom in on the phone code because I did learn a couple, but I forgot. I think this one was the one of the ones that I learned, but I couldn't remember. I didn't have time to like refresh phone calls. I wanted to like refresh phone codes number and the counties quiz, but I didn't have any time to practice. So I do see A8, and I know that A8 is north, and I see M8 to Glasgow and retail part, and it's called Glen Roundabout, which I assumed Glen would be like a place. So I'm currently looking for Glen on the M8, but I also lost M8. I was like, I didn't. Yeah, like when you zoom in, the western part of M8 disappears and only the eastern one stays. So at first I'm looking through the eastern part of M8. I do see more signs, so moving there, it's kind of a bit useless. Like Waterfront and Beacon Art Centre is not. Also, Scottish Fire and Rescue Museum, like that. Those are not findable. I'm still looking for Glen. Thinking it's a place. I see more signs. I didn't see water there, which is kind of. I do see like signs to A78, so I'm looking for that, which is nowhere near here. So I'm trying to find it. I do not see those places. I still don't see water. Like I see water now, but I was so focused on the sign, I didn't notice water, which is not great. Yeah, I finally realized like I'm on the other side of Glasgow, so and I need to find those roads. Like that took me a very silly long time to find, but yeah, like I began scanning through the um western part finally. Like it took me 5 minutes, but yeah, I did get to it. I still don't see a 707. 770. What am I saying? I can't even say the number. Okay. Yeah. what did I forgot what I found that I was considering that town. But yeah, that was a waste of time. I finally do see, yeah, I do see larks. I didn't see the greenock. I only saw it now. I have never noticed it in the round itself, which is not that great. So I'm moving to start. Now I noticed that at the start I had railroad. I wanted to like click around to find like a street name or better like a place name. But since I noticed the railroad, now I'm just like scanning for the railroad in like random places. Like I saw this railroad, like it wasn't going the correct direction. I was like, okay, let's trace it until it does. Like here it still doesn't. Like here it does, but it's like 4-lane highway. Like, not highway, like 4 lanes of railroads, and I only have like 1 or 2. So look at that one. Looked at that one, but that one was divided, and I'm on the like 1-lane narrow road. So I'm going back to confirm that I just moved north and reached the big divided yellow road. I'm moving west to like find something else, and I do finally see the port, and I'm like, I'm coastal. I didn't notice that, so now I'm looking more north, closer to the coastline. Just clicking around. I do see that it's called James Watt Dock, so I am now scanning the coast for that dock. I was considering, like, I did see the big ship, like crater ship, but I was like, maybe that can go in the river. Like, I don't know how deep that river is. Like, so maybe it can be closer to Glasgow. I did see that one. That one, like I didn't got to the roundabout. I got to just the intersection, so that was incorrect. That one's also incorrect. Did I not notice the 5K? Okay. Uh, yeah, so I am looking for that dock marina, James Watt Dock Marina, and I do not see it. Here the railroad is kind of like windy, so it's not that. And I also like, I do know that there was a road south, so it's not there, but I need to click somewhere. Also, the railroad is kind of disappears in places, which is really interesting. Yeah, I am now trying to find Carwood Street from the uh, spawn, and I don't know. I was very unsure, like how close to Glasgow we are. Like, are we in the smaller cities, because it didn't look like coast was that close, but if we are closer to Glasgow, like how would the ship get there? I was like really confused by this round and by the railroad. That like railroad is there and then disappears. Well, I mean, I guess it probably like goes into tunnel, but it doesn't go in the tunnel. In coverage. So yeah, I was clueless. Yeah, I just scanned past that one completely. I also didn't notice the football field, I guess. I don't know. So with 20k points, we losing the speedrun because he 25k. So that's an L, but it went much better than any practice I had. Like I can't even really be upset about this one because in practice I would still like I would have like 10k points after like 50 minutes run. So this one is the USSR, like Soviet Union. I do like the name of like Soviet Onion. Like that's, I don't know if that's a typo or if that's intentional, but that's funny. So we spawned in a classic Estonia round with green blur and white flowers, and like moving in Gen 3 through the field on the dirt road with no info. So yeah, like that's like the entire minute of getting like black screen and warp zoom, because like here I can even like forgive that. Like usually I really don't like when it goes to black screen in moving, but we're in the field. Like what you gonna do about that one? We are reaching some buildings, so I'm slowing down in case there's gonna be information, but the buildings really fast went away, and I also reached end of coverage. And I tried to like click through it and like jump it, because like sometimes you can do that, and that was the wrong direction to go. So now we're moving the other direction through that same field, just south instead of north. I was very desperate at that point. I given up a little bit on life. Um, I do see like it becoming more civilized, and we do have signs, and I do know what Viljandi is. It's like a big city south-ish, which I instantly noticed, and everything else was kind of tough. I also misjudged where it like that city is in relation to me. Like I thought it's south of me, which clearly when you line up is like northwest of you. So I was looking for Valma and Mustla in the wrong part of Estonia. And like Mustla is a big city, like you can see it on my screen right now, but I didn't see it. I see it only now, and I'm like, how does that work? Where am I? Am I somewhere here? But since I didn't really have the time, yeah, I didn't found the road, so I did get more points than my opponent on that round, which is was very nice. But yeah, I was not happy about it. And we spawned back in Estonia, and I was like, is that a trap? Like, can we have two Estonias in a row? Like, it's Soviet Union seat. Like, Soviet Union was a bit, wasn't just Estonia. Like, it's just again green blur and white flowers. I was like, can that be Latvia? Can, because you know, like you can have green blur in like all the countries, and white flowers obviously not just in Estonia. But yeah, like we kept moving, and I was like, yeah, like you can have like a couple green blurrish um green blurrish locks in other countries, but like not that many. And I did reach something that I thought was like not useful direction, and when I was moving by the tree row, I didn't really look at it, and if I looked there, I would see water. Like I would see that we're next to a body of water, and that would be actually very helpful. But instead, I went back to spawn and moved to the other direction, and it just like had no information. I was like moving through town. I reached some intersection that just told me, and I'm like, no idea where I am. And town is a very generous word. It's like 3 buildings. I did get to the main road. I think I remembered to checkpoint it. Maybe, hopefully. But I only had a minute left. And it didn't look that promising in terms of place names. So at this point in time, I was already considering just like clicking middle of Estonia, just to like minimize the loss of points. I did find like a sign, but like I assume it's not even worth scanning for. So I am moving back to the intersection to move to the other direction on a bigger road, but yeah, with 17 seconds left, I have no hope of finding anything. Like even if I find the sign, like I don't have time to scan for it, so I am clicking like basically the same place the lock was in last time, and it was closer to a lake, which I'm like, yeah. My opponent clicked Latvia. He couldn't believe we have 2 Estonias in a row. I noticed that I moved to the lake, and I was like, I didn't see any lakes, like any body of water. So yeah, I'm opening the location up to check. Can I skip it? Yeah, like over the trees there is water. I don't know how to notice that. So and here we have the Russia. We have very Russian words on the sign. I was moving to try and like find. I didn't like Ulyanova. Never heard of it. I heard of Ulyanovsk, but I was like, it's probably not there. It's honestly very unlikely to have 2 cities named similarly close to each other. So I was kind of hoping I will find signs with cities I know, but Neman, also never heard of it. So I was just like randomly, like it's winter, Gen 3 winter coverage, or like autumn coverage. So I was zooming just randomly into the western part of Russia. I did zoom into Ulyanovsk just in case. Like in this point, in this occasion, they name Ulyanovsk and put it next to Ulyanova. But all the place names were the same. Like Lunina, also never heard of it. That one pointed to Ulyanovsk again. That was like a weird pavement I was on, and I also noticed it's like not really winter coverage, it's fall coverage, and I was like, can that be Kaliningrad? And I just like to have a quick look, and I see Neman pretty quickly. It took me a couple seconds to see Kalinovka, I think. And maybe I didn't even see it in in this occasion. So now the pain begins of like trying to find where we are in 1 minute, and it's kind of tricky because the Neman is kind of east for some reason, and I couldn't find Ulyanova. Did I find Kanash? Huh. Did I not find Kanash? Or is it doesn't... Why is it blurry? Kanash. Wait. Oh, I zoomed out too much. Ooh. Yeah, I saw Kalinovka. And... yeah, that's too much confirming. Yeah. I misread a bit of the compass there, so I couldn't 5k it, but at least I got Kaliningrad. My opponent did not, so we have a nice lead going into round 4. And round 4 was something that I at first didn't recognize. I was like, okay, I don't know the country here, so it could be like third Estonia or Latvia or Lithuania, but we do see Lithuanian flag and we do see like Amberton Hotel. I assume this is like in Soviet Union there used to be like a big hotel like in the capital city like for like ambassadors. I was like, maybe Amberton is like ambassador and it is like the Vilnius, like downtown Vilnius hotel. I kept moving, like we see another Lithuanian flag and Ukrainian flag in the support of Ukraine. I was like, yeah, it has to be Vilnius, so I'm just zooming in Vilnius. I was like, I was trying to read what that was. Maybe that's like a Ukrainian embassy in Vilnius, or like trying to find the memorial, but I was like, maybe I just should. So yeah, like at this point in time, I think I assumed that was an embassy, and considering that I already assumed the hotel was like the main hotel, I was kind of looking for like embassy plus hotel. But I went back to start and I was like, oh, that's kind of a big findable building, so maybe I should actually look for that one. That one looked kind of correct, but also like I had my doubts. I didn't, when clicking there, I didn't see like the tower on the map. So like the building looked correct, but I just like my brain ignored the tower, so I was scared that that's not the building. I did realize that I can go into tracker and actually go closer to it, but I couldn't, it wasn't readable. So I am looking at other options. Like that one looks like it's a bit too close to the road, which I get back to confirm. And I'm just trying to line the road up, but it's kind of annoying because it's like a big blob. Like I can't see the lines and the angle. Like here, the angle looks correct. I'm still not convinced, so I'm just like I need to like look at other big buildings in Vilnius, or like I'm like maybe I can find a street name, but street names are kind of hard to come by. So I'm just kind of clicking, like maybe I'll find a PUI, like that can be PUI for like some building. They have a lot of Ukraine flags. I'm very thankful for Lithuanian support, but yeah, I 5k'd it. I think, yeah, my opponent also 5k'd it, but we already had the lead on him, so now we just have to run through because we lost the speedrun. And here going into lead, we have Kyrgyzstan. I did notice the snow coverage, And the Kyrgyzstan I was most worried about in the like Soviet Union concept, because I'm not the best of it. And I only had time to play one Kyrgyzstan seed this week, and don't ask me how that go. It does say Karakol. Oops. But I only saw. Oh my god, so stupid. Wait, what did the sign say? I didn't read the sign fully. Come on, zoom in on the sign. Oh my god. Did I not? I did see Bishkek, but I didn't. I think it says that we're selling. Oh my god. It says that we're selling and changing apartments in Bishkek for apartments in Karakol, right? Is that what it says? Yeah. Yeah, we're selling or exchanging apartments in Bishkek for cars or other um, like other possession in Karakol. Oh god. Okay, yeah, I only saw the word Bishkek. Jesus. So yeah, I'm zooming in Bishkek, even though I've never seen snow coverage in Bishkek, so it's probably like a bad guess, but there is mountain south. It also says Karakol. Oh my god, Karakol. I am scanning for Karakol. I am scanning for the stadium, because I think the stadium could be like a findable POI in Bishkek, and I did. How could I forget Karakol was? Oh my god. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I am thinking this is some sort of like part of Bishkek I haven't seen with the snow coverage. Which in the hindsight is not a great guess. But it looked like a big city. I didn't see the mountain north, I must say. Oh my god, it does say Karakol. This is painful. Okay. Oh, this could have been so bad. Um, I did scan for Karakol at some point, like in Bishkek. Like I forgot that was a city. Yeah. I saw that sign, and I saw that maybe this is like a neighborhood name, and um that we're entering it. I did think like maybe that's the stadium, but also there was not enough roads going like that angle, like from southwest to northeast. Like mostly it's on the like north-south grid, so I was kind of not happy with this guess, but yeah, you know what you gonna do. I did think maybe that's the stadium, but like also no of the roads went to it, and yeah, that's because Karakol is a city that I completely forgot existed. But thankfully my opponent also didn't get it. We had like the same guess. We were both in Bishkek. Yeah, that's just me coping. But this is the win. So this is 1-1, and we got from 2 losses to. Oh yeah, they updated it already. from 2 losses to 2 wins to 1-1. So currently I am at the 4th place in my group. I do think, who am I playing next week? I already forgotten everything. Next week I'm playing Drew. We have Urban Croatia and subdivision of Turkey Bolu. Urban Croatia was a random map that was assigned to us because he didn't submit his map picks. Subdivision Bolu was my map pick, and I regret it a lot, to be completely honest with you. Like, I did put it, I think, as my first or second pick because I wanted to practice it. But the thing is, like, I won't have time next week either, so I don't actually know if I can prepare it enough. So that's gonna be interesting. And also, like, I need to pick no moving maps because I can practice no moving maps on the phone. And I did pick some no moving maps, and but I put that one higher priority. Like, I messed up my priorities. That's embarrassing. So now I'll have 2 moving maps for next week too. I'm not excited for it. Like, Urban Croatia, like, on the first, like, I think I said it about UK speedrun, and like, UK speedrun seemed fine, and when I began playing it wasn't fun. But Urban Croatia can be doable. Like, it's not speedrun, it's just like a regular moving map. So I might do okay on it. Like, I can understand like a lot of reading, but I don't know that many place names, so I need to look up some place names. And obviously, like, not a great, like, the problem is, like, I think the varied word was still not picked when it got to my map pick. So if I had picked varied word, I wouldn't have to have a map to prepare, and like, or like, I could practice it on the phone. So that was a very stupid decision. That's my bad, and maybe I'll pay my price for it next week. So stay tuned for that. And also, the league will take a break during the Christmas holiday, which is the only time when I can actually play a lot, because I will have a vacation and I'm not going anywhere this year. So I'll have to film something different during my vacation, because what else I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play Geog'Joe. Yeah, that was a draw, so that's okay. And I'm gonna prepare better for our next Canadian opponent. So I see you in the next one, and bye!